all about local. Welcome back to the Valley Voices. I'm your host, Christina Wagner. As I mentioned, this show is all about local businesses and things that are good for the Valley. One of the things that I think is great for businesses here in the Valley is getting involved and getting active in a chamber. And with us today is Ann Gill with the Ahwatukee Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining me.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. You know, my networking arena just recently for the past 4 years looked like this. Every day I was at a networking event, and many of the networking events that I went to were with the Ahwatukee Chamber of Commerce. The thing that really impressed me was that every time I went back, how close-knit the members were and how welcoming they were to new people. How do you create that type of an environment?
Well, I think it's part of the Ahwatukee Foothills community itself, the whole environment. It is a neighborhood community, and the businesses, they work together, they know each other, they support each other. While they're in competition, they're still there to help others be successful. And when they have new people coming in, they welcome them with open arms, welcome them to the business neighborhood, if you would. Mm-hmm. And that's the environment that we have out there.
What does your so how many events do you have a month for people to connect on average?
I mean, we have something going on every day as far as networking or leads groups, and then we have mixers every other week. We have educational seminars going on and member orientation, so there's something happening. Committees are meeting. There's something going on every day.
What would you say, what kind of feedback do you get from the members about their involvement?
I think they get more out of their experience with the chamber the more that they're involved. They get to meet more businesses, which leads to other referrals. They get their name out in front of the community, which brings people into their doors or calling them to use them for business.
You know, I went to the company that I work for, Xeriscapes, had just recently became members, and I was so excited about becoming a member with the chamber. Went to the new member orientation and was really impressed with the amount of time that they took to show you all the benefits.
Absolutely.
And the way that the members, there were some members that were there that were not new members, and they immediately reached out to me. I immediately got, an email from someone saying, here's a person that really needs to know you. And that doesn't mean that's a guaranteed sale for the company, but when you have that warm lead, that person that's saying, you guys need to meet, you need to network, you need to, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And the orientation helps give members, new members, and even members who have been there for a while, and they come back and kind of get refreshed, how the chamber started, how we operate, what our goals are, and also to help build those relationships. It's about building relationships. And where you may not get business today, that you're building a relationship with someone that down the road, you're going to be building business.
I couldn't agree more. I think that there's often this, there's a big difference between networking and prospecting.
Yes.
And I think that people need to understand that difference. So networking, in a nutshell, your 30-second, what does networking look like to you?
Networking is getting to know someone, saying who you are and what's important to you, perhaps what your business is, how you can work together, and just really getting to know more than just, this is me, this is my business card, this is what I do. You need to know a little bit more beyond that and create that friendship, that relationship, that camaraderie.
Right, absolutely. The first time that I went to a big, and there's a lot of big events, but the first big event that I went to was the Women in Business Gala.
Yeah, that's coming up November 3rd.
Well, not only did I go to the event, I emceed the event.
Oh, excellent.
It was a blast. So not everyone that's listening is going to just walk in and MC the event. So let's talk about what is the Women in Business Gala event? What Women in Business, what is that? Let's talk a little bit about that. Educate.
Absolutely. The Women in Business is the Women in Business Committee, and they have luncheons every month. And one of the goals that they have is to honor the Businesswoman of the Year, as well as raise funds for scholarships. And so the Women in Business Gala takes place on November 3rd, and that's where the Businesswoman of the Year is awarded. Recognize her and others who are nominated for achievements in business, and we give away scholarships to women who are continuing their business education. So throughout the year, the women in business are working together to educate themselves. We bring in guest speakers, and at the same time, they're out there raising funds to help other women continue their education.
That's fantastic. And the details for that event, anyone can come, whether they're a chamber member or not?
Yep, anyone can come. It's open. Tickets will be available. It's November 3rd. It's at the Sheridan Wild Horse Pass.
Okay. Oh, fun place.
Yes.
Very fun place. Now, some of the other committees, there's golf, there's public policy.
Yeah, I think there's something for everyone. People join the chamber for different reasons. They have different interests. Public policy is important to a lot of people. They want to make sure that when they have a good business environment to do business, so we work well with the city and the state and the legislators, keep informed with what's coming on that might affect businesses, taxes, regulations, making sure that we're doing what we can to support businesses. If they're having problems with their permitting, trying to open a business, we can contact the city, say we have a member who needs help, and they can help pave the way and make it a little bit easier for them.
And something that I think is really interesting is that even if you're a business that's not physically located in in the Ahwatukee area, you still can become a member, which I highly recommend.
Absolutely, because a lot of people are doing business. Their customers live in Ahwatukee, and they want to reach out to that community as well. And they also support it. Perhaps their employees live there. They want to support the community where their employees live. So there's different reasons to be involved. One
of the things that always matters to me is the foundation. How something started, the why, getting out the why it started. And there's a really unique story here about how the Ahwatukee Chamber started.
Yep, it was a group of volunteer business people got together and decided they needed an organization to help them grow the business. The community was starting to flourish. And so a lot of volunteers, and finally they were able to hire a director, and it just kind of grew from there. We have more than 450 members at this point, and we keep growing every month.
That's phenomenal. And they saw a need.
Yes.
They filled that need, and it's continued to grow.
Yes.
I think that's amazing. Speaking of seeing a need and continuing to grow, you've made some changes to the website.
We have. We revamped the website.
Okay. Why? Why did you feel the need to revamp the website?
Well, what we had just wasn't working well. It was created years ago, and it wasn't up to date. Our members, it wasn't working for them. It was just not technically savvy. And now we're launching the new website. It's live. We're kind of working out a few of the tweaks, but members can go in. They have their own login. They can update their own directory. They can upload photos, do their Facebook links. It's just more of bringing our website into the 21st century, and it's also more efficient for the staff, for us, so that we can communicate better with the members. They can see right away the committees that they can be involved in, what events are coming up, and there's also a community calendar component, which is excellent because we want to help the community come to the Chamber website as the resource. What's going on in the community of Ahwatukee? Well, we're going to the Chamber's website because they have the community event calendar, and then at the same time they're going to see what businesses have going on and what the Chamber events have.
I'm looking at the website right now. I love the look and feel. I love the way that it's organized because, I can tell where I want to navigate.
Absolutely.
It has a really user-friendly look and feel. I love the way the images keep scrolling through. I love the directory component of it. Anytime you launch a new website or change a website, there are monumental headaches.
Yes.
That you're dealing with, and hopefully a lot of margaritas afterwards to help medicate.
Help celebrate.
Yeah. No, I mean margaritas along the way. Web developers are not the easiest people to work with. So I love the direction that you're going. I love what I'm seeing, and I really want to encourage everyone who's listening to the show, who's checking out our show, to go to ahwatukeechamber.com. I have the hardest time spelling Ahwatukee, so I'm going to spell it for you. It's AHWATUKEE chamber.com. If you need help spelling chamber, I'd public education. Okay, wait, sorry. No.
A whole other segment.
It is a whole other segment. Thank you. The Ahwatukee Chamber does a lot in the community, and you clearly do a lot for the businesses. we happen to have two members that are here in studio with us. Christy Ellis, you are a board member with the Chamber?
Yes.
That was actually how I met you years ago. You are such an avid networker. I want you to just, not to put you on the hot seat, but I'm going to put you on the hot seat.
Absolutely, I'm okay with that.
Talk a little bit about how your business has grown, what effects you've seen from being a member of the Ahwatukee Chamber.
Absolutely. Well, when I first joined the Chamber, it was really out of a need for finding connection. I was a new broker, started my own company. I was a virtual space, so I didn't really know where to go to connect with people. And just by chance, I happened to be reading the Foothills News and saw an advertisement for the Ahwatukee Chamber. I said, oh, this would be perfect. I can get to meet people. So I started connecting, joining committees, and the more involved I got, the more people I met. And for me, that was super important because I know as a real estate agent, making those relationships, knowing the people where I live is vital to my success as a business. So it was kind of twofold. One, I wanted to make friends. I wanted to be involved in my community. And two, I knew that those relationships would develop into business relationships, and they absolutely have. I've worked with so many people in the Chamber, helping to find them new homes, getting them involved in the Chamber, introducing them to new committees in the Chamber. So for me, just becoming known as a resource for Ahwatukee has been really beneficial for me.
And, I love that you mentioned that, because when I think of the Ahwatukee Chamber, you're the first person that I think of. When I'm thinking of Ahwatukee, when I'm thinking of, what would be a great restaurant to go to? If I wanted to go shopping, you are the person that I'm going to contact because I know that you know.
Thank you. Yes, I find it important to know a lot about what's going on in the neighborhood.
So in addition, we have Darren Fisher with Vision Community Management. How long have you been a member of the Chamber, and what effect have you seen in your business?
I've been a member of various chambers for over a decade, but the Ahwatukee Chamber I've been a member of just over 4 years now. So I have a little bit different approach that I took with it. It's actually more my staff that's involved in day-to-day stuff, but I reached out to the Chamber not so much to connect to the businesses and owners in Ahwatukee in the area, but more to connect to the community itself through some of the charitable works and some of the other projects that the Chamber sponsors.
Okay. Well, and it's great to hear from a business that's looking to connect with businesses. It's great to hear from a business that's looking to connect with the community. And when we come back from our break, we're going to talk more about things that are going on in the community, specifically